Hi, it's Craig from Golf Simulator Life. First of all, if you consider hitting that subscribe button or liking our videos, please do so. It's really important, really helps our channel. We're trying to bring you as much good stuff about using your Skytrak Launch Monitor and TGC 2019. And today we're going to be concentrating on a Skytrak tutorial and one of the features that can really help you with your game, and that is the game improvement. So I'm going to just move over to the computer here. So as you can see, we've got the main screen here for the Skytrak software. If you click on game improvement, you've got bag mapping, which we did in a previous video, skills assessment, and wedge matrix. We'll do wedge matrix in a future video, but today we're going to concentrate on skills assessment. So if you click on that, you then get this screen. So what it allows you to do is basically have multiple targets at different distances. You can have more than 6 if you want. I've got 6 set up here, and I've got 4 shots per target. I'm picking the best 3 of those 4 shots. So once you've done that, you then just click on apply, and it immediately starts the skills assessment. So basically now on this first one, there is a pin out at 150 yards. So I'm going to be hitting 8-iron at first. Then it will change it to a different distance, and a different distance again, a different distance again. So it's just constantly making you use different clubs for different yardages, some for full shots and some for kind of 3/4 shots. Is always a good idea, because that gives you a good, a good sort of like reference on your skills for playing sort of field shots as well as hitting full shots. And at the end, it gives you a great little report, which we'll show it at the end of this video. So for now, I'm going to go through the skills assessment. I'm going to rapidly speed up the video, so we'll just whiz through all this, but it's going to take me a little bit of time now just to hit all these shots of these different targets. Once I've done that, we'll get to the end and have a look at the report and see how it can really be used to help hone your skills and improve your handicap. Right, okay. Okay, so I finished the challenge. I hit a 8-iron for 150, a 3-iron for 204, 4-iron for 187, a 56 wedge for 95, my gap wedge 52 for 109, and my pitching wedge for the 127. So what that does now is it gives you all of the data on those shots that you hit, and I'm actually playing really well at the moment, but I just made some really bad swings with my 4-iron, which is going to annoyingly let this particular skills assessment down a little bit. But that's the reason for it. That means that you can come back and look to improve, in a week's time, when you may be just bedding your swing in a little bit more, or feeling more confident, or whatever it might be. So if we just go across and have a look at the results. So basically, overall, accuracy of 89%, which I'd be pretty pleased with. If I'd hit those 4-irons like I'd hit everything else, then that would have been incredibly high. Shot dispersion of 15.8 yards. Again, the 4-irons would have let this down. And my tendency was to be left and short. And that would be right, because my tendency is to draw the ball. So I'll always usually draw it just left of the flag. So if you go on this left-hand side here, it shows you all of your shot dispersions and where your average, the red dot is where your average finishing point was. And this blue disc here, you can see it on these 4-irons because the dispersion was quite big, because I didn't hit those very well. On all the others, the blue circle is incredibly small. And then underneath here, you'll get your report and your averages. So on the 150, I hit the green 100% of the time, and my shot dispersion was just 8.5 yards, which from 150 yards, I've got to be really pleased with that. Then my 3-iron, which I was really pleased with, so from 204 yards, I hit the green 100% of the time, and my shot dispersion was only 12.3 yards, which for a 3-iron, I'm absolutely delighted with that. Then we get to the 4-iron. So for whatever reason, I just made a few bad swings in a row. So my green accuracy was only 33%, so I only hit the green once. And my shot dispersion was 45 yards. So I pushed one way right and I pulled a couple quite far left. So that, in this particular report, is going to be letting down, that's going to be affecting the average quite high. From 95 yards, which is sort of so my 56 wedge would go 105 yards, so I was having to just take a little bit off it. But I hit the green 100% of the time, which if I wasn't doing that from 95 yards, there'd be something pretty wrong. And 13.5 shot dispersion is actually not that great. You know, I had a smaller shot dispersion from 205 yards than I did with my sand wedge. So definitely, you know, need to improve that there. And then on my gap wedge and my pitching wedge that I hit next, my shot dispersion was really small, especially on my pitching wedge. I was all shots were within an average of 6.3 yards of the pin. And then eventually on the right hand side here, it gives you what we call a dynamic handicap. So it's basically giving you a prediction of what it thinks the handicap that you would play to based on the numbers that you've hit in this challenge. And it's given me a dynamic handicap of 0.2. So I played off scratch most, or certainly scratch or one for most of the time I've played golf, but certainly when I was a bit younger, and I was playing in British amateurs and English amateurs and stuff. You know, I had a big break from golf from over 10 years, and I've come back to start playing again now. So when I join a club again next year, I would certainly expect to be getting a handicap of somewhere probably 1 or 2 to start off again. So that dynamic handicap seems to be pretty accurate. You know, obviously this is just hitting shots. There's so much more to the game of golf for your handicap, isn't there? And the most important thing is actually getting the ball in the hole. So you can hit as many shots as close to the hole as you want and get good shot dispersion. But if you're not actually converting those putts into birdies, then, you know, you're not going to capitalize on all of those good shots. But having said that, I think this is a great tool. It's something that I use a lot. I do it sort of once a week. You can export this in this top right hand corner here where you see export. You can export this as an Excel file. You can store it on your computer, and then you can obviously reference it against the next time you do it and see whether you improved or not. But I think as a rule, I will be looking the next time that I play, I will be looking just at the accuracy and the shot dispersion averages. So, you know, the next time I do this, I would be looking to try and improve on 89% accuracy, which would be quite tough to do. But I think there is a chance to get this shot dispersion down lower than 15.8 because those 4-irons happen to be quite far apart on the shots I hit with the 4-iron. So, like I say, you know, I've said this many times. I had this Skytrak now for a couple of months. I'm using it to get my golf game ready for spring next year when I'm going to join a golf club again and start to play some golf, you know, very seriously. Planning to try and enter some pretty, you know, major tournaments and do quite well, hopefully. But, you know, the Skytrak has been an amazing investment for me to be able to work on my game through the winter and hopefully come out fresh in the spring of next year with a good solid golf swing, and then I'll just need to tighten up my chipping and putting to hopefully start off in April shooting some good scores in the competitions. So, you know, if you've got a Skytrak, definitely start using the skills assessment. It's an amazing, useful tool for working on your game and getting some numbers and some parameters on where your game is at that point. If you feel like you're not playing particularly well and you know you're not swinging so well, then I wouldn't do a skills assessment. I would just do your skills assessment when you feel like you're swinging it reasonably well, you're quite confident, so you get some, you know, some positive results out of the skills assessment. Doing a skills assessment when you know you're not playing well is not going to achieve anything really. All it's going to do is just probably make you feel even worse about your game. because it's going to show you numbers that you're not going to be very happy with because you know you're not playing very well. So do it when you know you feel like you're swinging well and you're hitting it fairly fairly consistently and good for whatever your handicap may be. And just look to try and get that, always improve on that accuracy, that shot dispersion, which should result in a lower dynamic handicap result. And if you consistently see that coming down as you do skills assessments, then it's a real good sign that your golf is improving and you're going in the right direction. Okay, that's it for today's video. Like I say, please subscribe and like our videos if you like them. We're going to be posting lots of stuff about how to use your Skytrak to work on your game. And we're certainly going to be doing some more competitions on TGC 2019. We've got the Masters coming up very soon, which is going to be 3 rounds around Augusta, which I'm really looking forward to. And we'll be posting all of those on our channel. So subscribe, like the videos. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.